you. So let me get your answers to these questions. This is the last time I'll be asking you questions. First of all, do you personally struggle to afford to pay your rent, and why? Do you struggle to purchase a property here in London or in whatever city around the world? I think our ideas work everywhere. Do you believe that key workers like teachers, nurses, firefighters deserve to be able to afford a home in the city where they live? And do you think the current mayor has failed on his promises to build new homes? You just have to look at his track record. Lastly, do you think it's time? Do you think it's time that we take London in a new direction? What about some new ideas, some independent leadership? I'm telling you, all of this can be solved with simple decisions and people working together. There are great people in this city that want the best for our citizens. Let's give them the chance to make it happen. So again, leave me your questions in the chat. Also tell me, what borough are you in? And what is the question that you want to ask me when I come visit you? And again, there's so many questions here. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. Leave me your question here. If I don't read it out, I'm going to try to reply to it later. Share this video with anyone who's out there who needs to see this right now. I appreciate that. And we've got William26 on Instagram saying, Brian, if Brian isn't mayor, we will lose our great city. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. And I can't imagine 3 more years of this current mayor. I mean, I just can't imagine. It makes me sad. So I appreciate you saying that. Lou Tripio on Instagram says, Brian, you the man. Support from Boston, Massachusetts. Keep doing what you do. Thank you very much, Lou. I appreciate support from all around the world. I spent about 4 years in Boston, Massachusetts. I was at MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, getting my degree in mechanical engineering. I was mostly studying in the library, but it's a beautiful city, and I appreciate you. And I appreciate you recognizing that our ideas are the way for the future. So thank you so much. We got Monal Prince on Instagram saying, question, what will be your 3 key decisions as the mayor of London? Great, I love this. Cold question, I've never heard that question before. First of all, obvious one, housing. We've got to get this affordable housing built. It's going to be one of my #1 priorities, and I know we can do it. 50,000 new homes by Christmas 2021, period. Second, we got to get London back to work. If we don't strengthen the economy, nothing will be strengthened. We need to find safe and effective ways to get the city back to work while protecting our vulnerable and our elderly. We need a mayor that finds solutions, not a mayor that causes panic and wants to scare you. We need a mayor who cares about the citizens and cares about business, and that's what we need to do. The third thing I want to do is make our streets safe. You know, we've just had the current mayor just logged his 100th teenage murder on his watch. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. There are policies we could be put in place right now through investing in our communities, putting more police on the streets. We could solve this problem. It's getting worse and worse and worse on the current mayor's watch. Imagine 3 more years of this. Where will knife crime be in 2024 under Sadiq Khan? I don't even want to imagine. I can't even imagine my children walking on the streets with that. So those are my top 3 priorities. Great question. I got Ace Hatake on YouTube that says, come to Hammersmith and Fulham Borough, Brian. We need to have more affordable rent. Young people can't rent a place without needing to share with someone else to be able to afford it. Good stuff, Ace. We are coming to Hammersmith. We are coming to Fulham. We are coming to the borough of Kensington. We're coming everywhere. So I appreciate you. And yes, you're right. We've got to have more affordable housing. It will ease the strain for so many people here. I'm just looking at some of the streets going by Hoe Street here. And it's just great to be in these boroughs. So yeah, we've got to build the housing. It's going to ease it for you, for the students, for everyone. We need everybody to be able to afford to live in this city. That's what makes our great culture. And so I appreciate your question very much. We got Marcus 9-star on YouTube says, I love the battle bus. Thank you. So do I. It's a lot of fun to be in this bus. It's great being up front. And let me tell you something honestly. It's great to actually be in these boroughs, you know, to go through every day and to see what's happening and to look at the people and to see the boarded up pubs, the boarded up buildings, you know, the fact that we've got to get this city back to work. I can see the houses being built, the houses not being built. I can see what's going on. So it's great to be on the bus for so many different reasons, and it's great to be with you. So thank you so much. We've got Konstantinos on YouTube says, you're a good man, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. We've got Daycare on Instagram saying, hi, Brian. I'm Ruth from Hammersmith. What do you think about the closing of our gyms? You know, Ruth, gyms, according to Public Health England, only account for 1.7% of COVID transmissions. I know this because our good friend Nick Whitcomb up in the Merseyside area near Liverpool, who we've just signed on as our special advisor for health and mental well-being. Nick Whitcomb fought back when they tried to close his gyms in Tier 3. You might remember that video that went viral where he had 8 armed police officers come to his gym to try to shut it down. I don't think we should shut the gyms down. I think we have to invest in our physical health and our mental health now. I think that's one of the main things we need to do. We've got to find a safe way to open up our gyms. I miss going to my gym. It's what keeps me healthy, what keeps me fit, what keeps my immune system up, let's be honest, and allows me to keep doing these broadcasts. So I appreciate you. We're going to try to get a way to get these gyms open safely and our hospitality sector open safely as well. A couple more questions here. Just want to shout them out here. We've got Ben on YouTube that says, as mayor, how important is it that we maintain free speech throughout these times? Keep up the good work. Great question, Ben. And if you're coming new to Brian for Mayor or Brian Rose or London Real, you might not know for the past year, we have been on the front lines, literally fighting for your right for freedom of speech. We've been out there. I put my whole business on the line last year, going up against the major social media networks, the trillion-dollar Silicon Valley technology companies that tried to get me to stop speaking the truth. That's one of the reasons I'm out here on a digital battle bus. That's one of the reasons that so many people have heard of us, because we believe in free speech. We think you as an adult should have the right to choose the ideas. And again, I want to give you a choice of ideas, and then as an adult, you get to make the choice. So free speech is very important to me. Digital freedom of speech is one of my 12 key policies. You can read more about it on brianformayor.london. I appreciate that question. Thank you so much, Ben. A couple final questions here before I go. We've got Model on Instagram says, I will vote for you. Hashtag Brian for Mayor. Thank you very much. I've got Max also on Instagram says, Brian, you will win easily. Hashtag Brian for Mayor. I appreciate that, Max. Let's assume I won't, and let's all get out there and vote on May 6th. If you haven't yet voted, go to votefirst.london. It's a free website that we put up. If you've got 5 minutes, you can register to vote right now. You just have to be a resident in this city. You don't have to be a citizen. Go vote. If you vote on May 6th, we will become the next mayor of London, but we can't get complacent yet. So I appreciate you. I've got Nico on YouTube that says we need to build at scale to drive prices down, and we agree. We have to build houses at scale to drive prices down, and that's exactly what modular housing is. We can pretty much design 50,000 homes. We can build them in factories, and then we can ship them, and then basically put them on land that can be temporary or permanent. It can happen quickly, and we can do it because we scale. So I appreciate that, and I totally agree with you, Nico. It's a great observation. Melissa on YouTube says the modular homes are everywhere here in the States, and they are great. I appreciate that, Melissa. There's some incredible modular homes. They're doing amazing things. We know this works, and people in the industry agree with me on that. Simon on YouTube says, Brian for Mayor, good luck, sir. We're behind you 100%. I live on that bus, you know, a hashtag battle bus. I love that. Thanks, Simon. I did think about getting a bed in here last night, and I did want to sleep here, but I did go home to my family, but I appreciate that. It's a great bus, and we're going to bring it to every borough and come and see you. George Wild on Instagram says, quote, Sadiq Khan is already in for another bonus year. We need to get him out ASAP. We need someone like Brian who will invest in London's police and keep us safe. George, I agree. This current mayor has been unelected for a year. That is completely undemocratic. And now they're talking about postponing elections. Now I am being stopped, detained, and fined and arrested for campaigning. It all doesn't seem fair. I believe in democracy. You know, this is the birthplace of democracy. We should be allowed for free and fair elections to take place on May 6th. If you agree with me, leave me a comment, forward this video, tell your friends. Free and fair elections on May 6th, which means we should be allowed to campaign. Thank you very much for your comment. I appreciate that. Couple more. George on Instagram said, no, I just quoted you there. That's great. Oh, also, George talked about invest in London's police. That's what I want to do. Our London police need more training. They need more police, and they need more help from us. I respect what they do. And again, I think us being detained and fined was politically motivated, and I know the police have a difficult job to do. Darush on Instagram says, Brian, you are putting in the work, but making it look easy for the win. Thank you very much. You know what? I think a professional always makes it look easy, all right? So there's nothing easy about this, but I'm going to always do it with a smile. I am super optimistic for the future. I love this city, but let's be honest, it's one of the lowest performing European cities in the entire continent. It's a shame that this city is in this state. We are in a shambles right now. With some changes in leadership, with some new ideas and a new direction, we could be the greatest city in the world once again.